Devin Booker demanding a trade makes absolutely no sense unless it does. Being a small market team in the NBA sucks. Being a fan of a small market team in the NBA can occasionally suck very bad. I'm not sure many people know my pain as a Pelicans fan. For many years, I talked myself into Anthony Davis staying and building long term. You guys know how the story goes. Anthony Davis would ultimately leave. But honestly, I felt like the split was for the best for both sides. And I'm going to continue to support Anthony Davis wherever he goes. But man, when I tell you the franchise was so incompetent, words could not do it justice. The NBA and its media can be so weird and frustrating at times. Sometimes I feel like as an NBA player, there's no winning in the public eye. One player that comes to mind is Damian Lillard. Lillard is one of the best players in the NBA, a superstar in his own right. He's accomplished fantastic things in Portland, but it's no secret that if he left, he may be able to accomplish more. All too often, I feel like players are criticized for wanting to leave a team to better themselves, to better their situation, when at the same time, these same players, these same superstars get criticized if they decide not to leave a situation. You'll hear things like, this player doesn't want to win. All this player cares about is money. They care more about going to the bank and being one of the highest earning players than going to the championship. The crazy thing is, I'm not making any of this up. This actually happened.
So what Dame Lillard is going to be is a guy that's going to make probably $400 million with 0 titles. As Kevin Garnett. I want you to talk to Kevin Garnett in another year or two because he said, I should have left early.
As we touch back to Devin Booker and small markets, it's very tough to build a winner in the NBA. It's even tougher when you're in a small market. You can't be afforded the mistakes that some of these big markets make time and time again. Sometimes building through the draft can be a tedious and long process. And if you're not picking the right players, that process becomes all the longer. And the longer it takes, the more some of these other teams start to look more and more appealing. Before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another GETLIKECOOP video. And that's facts. If you guys enjoy the premieres, be sure to follow me on Twitch. The link to my Twitch is going to be down in the description below. I know you guys have seen how good 2K21 Next Gen is looking. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm going to be going live 5 times a week. Now, I've been getting a lot of comments asking about the rebuild channel. I think I'm going to go ahead and make Coop Reacts a rebuild and 2K channel in general, and we will also post some reactions to that channel. That's also going to be in the description below. Lastly, if you guys enjoy the content, go ahead and drop a like. I'm nothing without you guys supporting my content, and I appreciate everybody that helps the channel grow. Very recently, we've been seeing some very ridiculous trade rumors. Down in the comments right now, go ahead and let me know what trade rumor you guys feel has been the most ridiculous. I mean, a lot of the trade rumors I've seen, I could never fathom happening. And as it stands, we have another rumor. Now, I want to use this rumor as a chance to talk about Devin Booker. Not just Book though, I also want to talk about the Phoenix Suns and their future. Coming into the bubble, you would have been hard pressed to find anybody saying really anything positive regarding the Phoenix Suns. They had a decent start to the year, but Ayton's suspension would prove to be too much. This team was racking up a lot of losses. I mean, they're picking 10th in the NBA draft for a reason. That's a light joke, but the Phoenix Suns have a lot of promise. A lot of people will tell you this draft doesn't have this draft doesn't have that. And I've said this in my past couple of videos, but don't be surprised if we see superstars, yes, superstars, come from this year's NBA draft. We're starting to see a lot of late risers, and we're starting to see some players compared to some very good players. I'm talking about like Tyler Hero and Trae Young. I've always viewed Monty Williams as a very good coach. Some of you guys may or may not know, but he used to coach the team down in New Orleans. In New Orleans, it always felt like regardless of talent, Monty Williams was able to make a team compete. He was able to get the most out of his players. And in the NBA bubble, I feel like we saw that. Book was phenomenal. There's no other way to put it. 7 games, Book goes out, gives you 31 a game. He shoots nearly 50% from the field. 35% from 3. He comes down with nearly 5 boards a game. And Devin Booker playing some point guard over the past couple of years, well, that starts to pay off too, because his assist at 6 per game is very good for somebody that wasn't viewed as a high-level passer, a high-level playmaker coming into the NBA. Book's bubble run was magical. The Suns, they go out, they don't lose a game. Book develops as a leader, and most importantly, you could see this team coming together and forming a bond that some people didn't know the Phoenix Suns were capable of having. Now that's another reason why, okay, you know what, before we actually go ahead and start talking more about the Phoenix Suns, let's go ahead and get this rumor out of the way. Via the Ringer podcast, it's the worst kept secret in the NBA that Devin Booker already wants out of Phoenix. A Phoenix talk show host gets wind of this rumor and replied, "This is 100% not true. Book is happy in Phoenix, excited for the season, loves how they finished the bubble, excited about free agency. Not one time has he ever told anybody he wants out. Don't listen to this garbage." So I've done a little bit of research, and the Suns talk show host is a little hit or miss when it comes to their reports, but some people also think their reports are pretty quality. I'm going to say it's tough to really gauge what a player wants to do without some speculation. My speculation is that Devin Booker might not want out immediately right now, but if the Suns continue to be bad, if they don't get Devin Book in the playoffs, then he's gone. Because you can only lose for so long before it truly starts to eat at you. And I kind of feel like it's the same way with the Bradley Beal situation. Even though Bradley Beal does seem 150% committed to Washington, so maybe it's not the same, and I actually do need to do a video updating you guys on the Bradley Beal situation and also the return of John Wall. Regarding Book and his loyalty to Phoenix, I feel like this quote from Monty Williams earlier in the year is very crucial. Monty said, "I've been through it with other players. I was in New Orleans when Chris Paul wanted to leave. I just happened to inherit that situation. You can't control that stuff, but I can tell you in our conversations with Devin, I've never sensed anything of that sentiment at all. Devin loves Phoenix. You look at the amount of money he's committed to the city and to the community. You don't do that if you're thinking about uprooting and going somewhere else. Obviously, when you go through a tough time and you lose as many emotional games as we lost, it can create some of that. But from my perspective, I've seen none of it." Now, we haven't heard Book really recently talk about spending his entire career in Phoenix like he did in 2016. But keep in mind, we're not long removed from Draymond Green telling Book, "You have to get out of there."
It's not good for him. It's not good for his career. Sorry, Chuck, but
Wow.
They got to get Book out of Phoenix. I need my man to go somewhere where he can play great basketball all the time and win, because he's that type of player.
Are you tampering?
Book responded with, "I feel like that's important for this organization, for the fans that have stuck by us for so long and still do. Since I've been in Phoenix, we haven't had the success that we covet, but the support's been there, and that's what we owe the fans. We owe the organization. It's been a long time for us, and I think this bubble opportunity was big for us, and we took advantage of it." The Suns did what they did in the bubble while getting big performances from Bridges, while getting big performances from Cam Johnson, somebody that a lot of people weren't sure about. They didn't even have Kelly Oubre, who is easily one of their best players, a high-level forward, and I'm not going to say he's a rising star in the NBA, even though I want to, but Oubre has talent. If Phoenix can build off of their bubble run, they could be a very fun team to watch. I wanted to gas them even more, but I think they can be good. How good can they really be without getting another star? I don't know, but the fun thing about Phoenix is they have multiple players that can take that next step. 18, 12, and 2 in 32 minutes a game from Ayton on ridiculous efficiency, that's only going up. I have to say, it is fun to imagine Devin Booker playing with Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell. Let me know down in the comments how many games you think that team would win. But then there's the thing. There's also been a rumor that Karl Anthony Towns wants out. And when it gets to that point, it's just like, what do you believe? And where are all these players going? Let me know down in the comments below if you believe the D-Book rumor. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now. I'm GetLikeCoop, bringing you guys the scoop, and I'm out.